Clash of Clans podcast, episode 107. And welcome back to the Clash of Clans podcast. I am Scotty827, hanging out here with my friends Bama.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Cerberus.
What's up?
And somebody else, the player. You have to.
Clarify.
Who we always call Essie, or I call Essie all the time. So that's what we refer to him as. There you know.
Yep,
there you go.
Many names.
The man of many names. Call him somebody else. A little like Arya Starkish. If no spoilers, but we're here talking about everything Clash in the last 2 weeks. We're trying to even think. The last time we recorded was a couple weeks ago, and we were going to record last week right on the eve of the update. So this is the big
balance changes.
Balance changes.
Yes, bringing balance or something.
Yeah. So we're in the post-apocalyptic Clash era.
Yeah. Well, it was big. It was like really big. Well, I'm going to call it an update. So, I mean, if I slip back and forth between balance change update, what makes it a balance change is just the changing of like the troops and the.
Yeah, they didn't introduce anything new or something like that. They just kind of tweaked what they already had to.
Okay.
It seemed bring balance.
Bring balance to the force, to the clash. It did seem like a big thing though. I think in the other ones I can really see it. Well, the thing was we were about to record and the update's going to drop. Balance change.
Yeah, everyone was thinking it's like, oh, well, it'll drop tonight, and then it didn't drop, and then it's like, oh, it'll drop the next night, and it's like, well, there's no point in speculating if it's going to drop just right quick, so we figured might as well wait.
Yeah, because it's right on the eve of. I mean, they're going to change the healers.
Yeah. Well, supposedly stop spam attacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't spam here. We herd.
Herding attacks.
Got to get those blue cows.
Yeah, those bowlers, blue cows. And that reminds me of the new attack that we saw. I think we've talked about it, but the boner.
Yeah, the boner is also now all of the rage in people's conversations, which makes things entertaining.
Wow.
So the boner is bowler minor, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I honestly was in the chat and I didn't put it together right away. So after people started talking about it, I'm like, you're talking about boners, and I'm like, what? I think I'm missing something. Then I put it together. But the update's going to drop, and spam attacking is going to be dead. I mean, right at the time we were going to record, it was all, this is what we think, here's what we could do different. And at the time we were in an arranged war against Shadow Ravens. This was it dropped Thursday. No.
Yeah, it dropped on war day. So
yeah.
Right. First few hours of the war, or first third or half of the war was underneath one rule set, and then the last half of the war was underneath the new rule set.
And that kind of messed with the war too, because we're like, get attacks in tonight because we don't know what's going to happen. What did you guys notice with everything going down? Don't all talk at once.
It
was an interesting thing because I ended up having to wait, and then it was just one of those. I didn't have any time to practice or really get any hits in underneath the new speeds because in the balance update they slowed down miners, which provides some benefit to them because you can heal them a little bit better, or they are a little bit easier to track because they're not just flying across the base all over the place. And so that helps in some regards, but then also if you start them too late, they might not have enough time to get all the way around the base and finish cleaning things, and so just the pathing and how they help defend your heroes and other things I was just a little bit off on.
It was just it's too much. There was so much unknown. I think that's even after of knowing what was going to work, and should I still go ahead and try a bowler attack, or what what do you do?
Yeah, especially in the range war when we're sitting there.
Exactly.
I mean, luckily, and you said it that that they were wondering about it too, because we kind of hoped that it would drop, and we would have
like prep day
to do fair challenge or friendly challenges.
Yeah,
every time.
Fair play also.
And we've got to and here's a good thing about what we're talking about is we've got a TH11, a TH10, and a TH9, and then me, which is just kind of no, I'm a TH11. But we have a whole perspective or a whole wide perspective on what it meant with the healer changes and everything. Bama, what did you notice? What was it?
I mean, I got both my attacks in before the update, so I didn't see anything. My own attacks.
How's it been since, though?
I mean, yeah, since so I don't think it's been long enough yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
well,
totally.
So I think it needs about a month, and then I think you'll start seeing some of those HGHB attacks in war just kind of fade away. Because I mean, just
it
the
added
last
a lot
few
of
days.
risk.
Yeah, I've noticed that you can't penetrate your giants nearly as far as you could have, before the update because of those air mines on those healers. So I just think once people start adapting their bases, that I think it'll slowly fade away a little bit. It won't be completely ineffective, but it won't be used on like fresh hits maybe or much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think people just get used to it, like
Yeah.
we were before. Because I mean, for me,
how
like
it used to be.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago or whatnot, healers used to get hit by the air mines, and now that they make it so that the healers get hit again, it just takes a little time to either figure out, is that really that big of an issue? Do I have enough slack? Can I still do it?
And for me, at least in the wild, I've pretty much ignored it, and I've been fine. So,
same here. I haven't changed my attack at all in the wild.
No, I mean, like miners. I'm still queen walk into miners, and still like really long queen walks. Like I think the the past 4 or 5 bases that I've hit in the wild have been Town Hall 11 ring bases, and I mean I'm getting 50% of the way around the base with the queen, and the healers are still up enough to keep my queen up. So they're hitting bombs, but it's just not enough really to kill it. I mean, unless you just get unlucky, I think. But
I went into the war. My first attack, I was driving. I had a 6-hour drive, and I was hoping to get in the night before, but we just were kind of waiting to see at that point, and so I held off. And I knew I couldn't get it in, to a certain point, so I was waiting for the 10s to go. And when I went in, I didn't have any practice time either. I mean, I did a few warm-ups, but I went and threw balloons in on my first attack, thinking, I'll let 3 balloons. It's only 15 troop space. I have no idea. Like I was thinking, and honestly, this is the old days. So I just thought your healers are going to get blasted, just completely wrecked. And that's kind of what I want to ask too, is do you think it's different than what it used to be? It just seems to me like before like the healers would just get trash. Of course, I don't remember doing queen walks or anything back then, but it just seemed like they were completely worthless. And so going into these attacks, it was like I have no idea what to expect. And, I think with the catching up, on bases, I think the base design, like you were saying, Bama, like it needs time to adjust. And the one nice thing about the arranged war is we only had speculation to go on when designing the bases as well.
Right.
Because my first reaction was, let's put all the bombs outside. Let's take. And SE's like, no, I'm gonna put them in the core. Make the healers, weak in the core. And I'm like, good point. I would
eventually they're going to get inside the base, so eventually things are going to trigger.
And I think it pretty much for some reason it wrecked bowler attacks more than anything to me. I mean, they're just not as successful.
I think it was I liked it. The whole balancing. Let's face it, HGH is way too powerful at 9.
Yeah, I mean, it may be.
There wasn't a single 9 that I'd come across in the wild or in war that I couldn't figure out a way to 3-star that base with.
With that one combo.
It was almost... Yeah, it was the same exact though too. No troop change at all. And it was almost 100% every time in the wild on Town Hall 9. Like, I didn't even think about it. I just did it and it was a 3. Now, it's not like that. Like, just since the last week the updates drop, I've noticed in the wild that I have to actually kind of think before I drop my hogs, or I gotta watch everything and watch how many healers are gone and stuff like that. I think it was a much needed balance as far as the HGH. About the miners, I can't speak for that, but as far as the healer thing, I think it.
Yeah, it seems like it seems like it's going to, produce more variety of attacks on higher town halls. Because Town Hall 9 essentially did have already a variety of attacks that are essentially 3-star strats, but everybody just migrated to 1. But because, like Bama said, it was just so powerful. So, and the same thing is true on 10s and 11s, right? I mean, except maybe miners are still king at 11. I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
They still
I've had a long week with those things
like that, but yeah, it's like
they're not slow enough to stop attack. Still, I mean, it doesn't seem to me.
Well, it seems like with the healers, I think, SC said it, and I was watching a video. I think maybe it was Ash or something. But talked about, or no, it was on the Supercell forum when they talked about the risk to the healers. Yeah. And I could almost see now, as you guys are talking about it, saying, you know what, you got to go in from this side. Your healers are going to trap the bombs over here. And that's nothing we had to really think about before. It was
just another element.
Yeah. Before it was what the healers are going to latch onto.
Yeah, it's and like trying to figure out to force them to switch over to certain troops off of your heroes or doing some things like that.
Yeah, like where are they gonna? What are they? Now once you see an attack go in, I think with Bama with the HHB at 9, you go, well, you can't do HHB from this direction because of that. Because of there's a bunch of air mines over here.
But if you're coming from the other way on the second hit, maybe good to go.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and so you don't think on miners though? I don't know.
With some of my 3-star hits and with the miners, it was really nice when because I was doing a queen walk into the mass miner style attack and late raid when all of a sudden the healers would switch over to the miners. Yeah. You'd have the lasting power that they'd just get through the rest of the base because they kept on getting that extra heal.
And that's the part that's missing.
If they're getting dragged, those healers are getting dragged through the base, they're going to get picked off one by one by those air mines or the air defenses to where in which that extra healing that they used to have isn't there.
Yeah.
Well, and I just started using mine.
Still won't get, so it can still get all the way through a base without too much of a problem. It's just some of that niceness that used to be there isn't necessarily still there.
Don't you like that you can see them now?
I do like that it's a little bit easier to follow. It's like I kind of was always planning out the path, so I kind of knew or guessed where they were, but then sometimes it's still, like in the last war, I sent a bunch of miners to the core, and I saw a bunch of bombs go off, and I'm like, okay, I can't really tell how many miners I have left.
Exactly.
It's like, hopefully there's enough left there still to make it through the core.
Some of my attacks, when I was trying them out, it was like I got into the core, things are, my miners are over here, and then, maybe I get the town hall, or maybe it's close, and my miners are still up and kicking, but I can't see anything. They're all grouped together, and there's light show with infernos going on, and still they make it through. I mean, I couldn't. It was like spray and pray.
Yeah, it's hard when they're in the core, because especially with infernos and around the town hall and all, because you really can't. You don't know if there's 6 or 16 of them in there.
Yeah, and then at the end of the raid,
so tight. Especially if a skelly trap comes up, they're so tight around it that you really don't know how many are there.
Do you ever have a sneaky miner where it's like, oh, there's 3 of them over here still rocking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love when also like I have a clump, and it's kind of like with the Walloon, and also like you have that beautiful loon split to where they go in 3 different directions. It's like seeing your miners just break apart and go in different directions on the cleanup. You're just like,
I meant to do that.
Thank you for being smart troop. Here you go. I'll never expect it again, but thanks for doing it right now.
So, any other post update? Anything for 9s that was pretty big, Bama? Anything that you really noticed?
No, I mean, unless you use HEHB solely, I mean, you might have to rethink some of the bases and some of the.
I think
go
they
any
kind
base
of
now
ratcheted things up a little bit all the way across from like 9 through 11 with the cannon buff.
Yeah.
They added, I think, 10 DPS per cannon per TH. So
really almost seemed like an update that was balance change geared towards making air attacks more prevalent.
But it seems like they keep doing that, but it's still not there.
It's like, we know.
Yeah.
Well, it goes back to that blog post of the whole risk versus reward type thing of going, hey, when an air attack goes nice, dang, it goes nice, but it can also go to pot fast.
Yeah.
I mean, like 3 stars or 0 or 1 stars is where you're looking to go.
Well, it almost seems like the air attacks are really about, and probably, people are going to get angry maybe, it's kind of, it's spamming too. It's hurting, really with those loons. And there's not very much precision air. And I mean that in terms of, yes, people are very precise on their attacks, but I mean, the pig dog, the lava hound just sails right through, right to the one thing. And then you're sitting here like you can drop 3, or you can target loon and do all that. But it seems like on the whole, I don't know, I guess every attack's like that, but you know what I mean? Like, because it sucks that it has to be all or nothing. It would be nice if there was something in the middle.
I think they would have to almost increase the loon speed or something to make it more effective, to make more people use it, or make some other kind of a change, where they're not just all getting lit up. It's just not.
Have you tried running air, Serb?
I tried, and that's a good way to put it.
Oh, it's been so long.
Yeah, that was my problem. It's been a long time, and then I tried it again, and it's just harder than it used to be. So,
yeah, I mean, it's very difficult. That's why that's what I mean about you're sending in so many loons, and of course, there's the shatter or the stone where 1 golem or 2 golem to take out air defenses, but it just seems like even if it goes completely to plan, which I don't know if I've ever seen,
it still might run out of time.
Still might run out of time, and
it's like, yeah, blind squirrels still happen. It's like,
yeah,
I had a few of those because I was running air for a little while, at least before the update, and trying some of these anti-healer army comps. I was running air and trying to go back through that learning curve, and it's a rough learning curve to try to work your way through.
Have you been running it lately? Anything post-update?
Post-update, I've just been trying that whole bowler miner type compositions, some of those like things that are not relying on the healers. Just trying to change up my ground repertoire, or whatever you want to call it.
So you're not using...
No, I'm getting ready to go back to trying air again and just cooking solely air armies for a while. But
what are you running in your attacks in the wild now?
I was doing like a quad dog, a Laloon, I think.
Well, I mean, for like the miners, without the healers.
So
yeah,
I've been doing like the 10 bowlers, a golem, 4 wall breakers, an MVP minion, and then the rest miners, and then some sort of ground CC. And
so are you using the golem to tank for the wall breakers? Or, I mean, not the wall breakers, for the bowlers?
Yeah, so I send in the golem, have him tank at a wall for a little bit while I build my funnel either with a couple miners or with a couple of the bowlers, and then I'll send in my heroes to King, Queen, Warden, and the bowlers, break them into the base, drop a rage, have a jump for them to get a little bit deeper into the base, pop the Warden's ability so that they can hopefully get like an Inferno Tower and hopefully an Eagle. And then I'll send the miners to either flank on one side or wait for the kill squad to make a nice round of the base and then send the miners directly at the core.
And what about the Eagle? Like, because the Eagle's changed, right? So it used to activate at 150 troops. Do you know what did it go up to 180? Or was it
180?
180.
Yeah.
So that definitely gives some more flexibility, but I haven't, none of the attacks I've been running recently, I've been worrying about troop space.
Yeah, because I suppose if you've got your kill squad going in, you're taking stuff out, then it's like release the miners. And so at that point, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, because I figured the first round's either going to hit the king or it's going to hit the golem, and both those can survive a round without too much difficulty. Plus, I have the warden ability if I really want them to last longer. But
how do you think it's going to be then for... Okay, so in war, a lot of times 10s will go up and do the baby dragon on the 11s. So they bring 15 baby dragons, right?
Yeah, it used to be 15 because it set off at 150.
Yeah, so they dropped the first 14, let those clear as much percentage as they could, drop the 15th one, so it would take the targeting from the Eagle, and then they'd send in their heroes and Valks at the town hall to try to get that second star.
Do you think that'll change now?
Like Mike had a really nice baby dragon raid last war.
I'm just wondering, because I mean, when the 10s do that to you, like they did that to me in a war, it's like, well, that sucks. It's like, oh, there's 2 stars given up.
Oh, it's like I still give them at least props because
yeah, I mean that's great. It's hard to do,
and sometimes it's multiple hits for someone to pick up the second star because things can go wrong and stuff can go sideways fairly fast. But
I guess I mean it feels like a chink in the armor, where it's like the knife slips in because because you're faced against the the 11s. When a 10 comes up and does it, it's like, well, this is really hard because now I have to defend against that baby drag in the 50% and like a TH11 attack.
Yeah, it's like that's where I'm trying to keep my town hall a little bit more centered, just so that I'm not giving up an easy town hall star, trying to make them work for it as much as possible.
Yeah. It's just rough. I mean, it's a tough attack. Like I wouldn't want to do it. And not everybody does it. It's precise.
And if you start toying with the number of troops because of the difference in what it takes to set off the eagle, you might shortchange your squad you need to go in and get the town hall. And it seems like now, though, people are still using the exact same comp. And I've noticed that, I mean, it's already kind of precarious sometimes if the town hall is going to go down, if there's Inferno, if both Infernos are raining in, and if they're setting out those drags, and then when they drop their hero and the heroes and a couple of Valks, the Eagle's immediately hitting that instead of the extra baby drag, because of the higher set off point. It seems like it seems a little more dangerous. That's all. Seems like it maybe might wreck some attacks.
Yeah, because then you can't drop you don't want to drop your heroes in.
You don't want to drop them and get pounded by the eagle when you did have a decoy to throw out there to get wrecked. And you don't need but a few seconds to rage into the town hall. But if the eagle is hitting your Valks, you might not make it.
Yeah, so maybe that's going to stop that kind of attack. Because that 15th dragon really held the eagle fire to make way for the heroes.
At least just for a few seconds, like for one round. In one round,
like one volley, going to hit that baby dragon.
And they weren't hitting you until your heroes and Valks were hitting on the town hall. But now, when you're dropping them outside the base, the eagle's already hitting it before they get in. So I don't know what you would change the comp to or how you would do it, other than maybe putting troops out in a different order. But that would complicate it a bit more.
Because no matter what if your hero, you're gonna have to put your heroes out. Yeah,
you'd have to put
last.
Like your king, like maybe 14 dragons, then your king, and a couple of troops, and then your dragon on the other side of the map or something, so that it targets the last troop that came out.
It's a lot to think about at this point. I mean, I guess ultimately for me, like when I did my first attack in the arranged war and it didn't go so hot, and then the second one, I said, "Do you think I should drop the loons?" And I think it was you said, "TS says more bowlers," and and that one went well. But it really was like
some more cowbell.
Yeah.
No, the same thing happened to me because I was like precarious as well, going, okay, update. So I changed my comp up some. First hit did not go as well as I wanted, but then I kind of settled back in, and the second hit just went off like a firecracker and was good. And I think that was the same way for you. Your second hit was just steamrolled the base.
Yeah, it was like. And then in the war this weekend, I just did the exact same, the bowlers and giant. And I got a 6-pack that war, but I just completely ignored the update.
Yeah.
And I think that's where when Bama's talking about the bases will catch up. Because I don't think that's going to last for much longer. I mean, I think you still have a good chance, but as soon as people go, they do some friendly challenges, they move the air bombs out even just a little bit more. So we can get a feel for what they're going to do to those healers. Because we don't really, I don't really plan my air mines really well at this point. I mean, the likelihood that I'm going to get hit by air is so small that I don't have enough experience, I guess, defending against it. So that'll be interesting to see how that works. I mean, because I haven't messed with my traps even since then, which I probably better do.
Yeah, seems like it's always changing. I mean, how long ago was it when everybody was using Valks, like for every attack? It hasn't been that long, and then base design and new troops, and then they just kind of faded off. Not that they're not still important or still used; it's just not.
Yeah, and then when you see somebody go into one of these war attacks and just wreck it with Velks, you go, "Wow, why didn't I think of that?"
But and that's what's strange to me is that they didn't. I mean, they went back and they nerfed only certain levels of the Valk. They didn't nerf max Valks, but even so, attacks changed, bases changed, and people don't use them as often. It seems like really just things are going to change no matter what, as base designs change and people's thinking about the game changes.
Yeah.
It's always a moving target.
As a troop gets underused, I think they...
Well, yeah. Boost their gym money.
Yeah. Did you guys notice a drought afterwards? Anybody besides me?
I'm high enough in cups that I think most people just have. I don't know. I'm still swimming in loot.
I'm making more now than before, I think.
How about you, Bama?
Nah, I didn't see any drought. That's
Maybe
all the same.
Where I'm at.
Maybe.
But it was like, I mean, before I was seeing, 2, 3, and it seemed like right after the update, I was just seeing so many 1Ks. I was nexting forever. And I thought maybe people were holding on to it if they were planning, maybe something's going to happen or whatnot. But maybe it was just me because I was in Barrack Hell at the time.
Yeah,
that's why.
Barrack,
it sucks.
God.
It's like I'm doing those right now on my mini, and it's like I have enough elixir to put another one down, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can do that to myself.
Yeah, and that's only a few days on that one.
Yeah, those ones are only 4 days. It's not like the whole
4 days.
Yeah, the 10 or whatever. Yeah, I'm unlocking dragons. Thank you very much. I still got a long ways to go for my little green dragons.
Gosh,
I got those on mine.
It'd be cool for them to come out with another troop, but I really don't want to upgrade my barracks again.
Oh my god! So I don't even know if it was the last podcast. Maybe I was in Barrack Hell then too. Probably because it had. It's been forever.
I think you were trying to get miners last podcast, weren't you?
Oh yeah, maybe I
Yeah, max
on
miners.
The cusp of getting your max miners.
Yeah, I got my miners, and then I realized I only had one barrack that can make them because I just upgraded one to get to them, and so
That's really terrible. It's like 4 hours to make miners.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, now I've got my max miners, and I want to start doing these. I didn't realize how long they took to cook, and so I got my one barrack going up, and then I think it was right after the podcast. I said, we were talking, and I said, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet, and I just went and did 2 barracks. I'm like, I'm getting these 2 out of the way because one finished. And so I got the one barrack done. The other barrack just finished today, and I'm in the exact same boat Essie is. On your mini, I was like, I don't think I can do it right now. I really want to
take a breather.
Holy shit! Because I think I was trying to do miners in 2 barracks, and then I'd have one barrack making the healers. And I was waiting on spells, of all things.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I just could not raid. I mean, it would just take me forever to be able to get in a raid. So, it'd be like over an hour for sure. Because if I gave the troops away or whatnot. And so I'd come back and it was a nightmare. And so today, it got done, and I go, I don't really need a third barrack for miners because I can cook my other troops in there. But now you're telling me you're not using healers. So,
well, I'll probably still go back and try. I've just been trying to do the whole learning of some of these other strats that aren't as healer reliant, but I miss my healers and I still want to try because there's just so much versatility in having a queen walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if I get a week into it and it's like, I'm not using healers anymore, then I could just put one down and I'll still make the troops, maybe throw in a couple more bowlers or like, if you're doing a golem or whatnot, but I just couldn't do it. So I did a raid earlier and it said I think it got my star bonus. And so it said treasury full. So I said, shit.
Now what?
Collected it, and I had enough to do my second archer tower to max.
Nice.
And I'm like, I look at all this elixir sitting here. But I could not wait for 10 million for like the giants or whatever. I just wanted to get rid of it. So I just started my goblins to max. I'm like, eventually I'm going to probably need them for something, right?
Hey, if you ever have to drop trophies or things like that, just cooking up some nice little green men and let them running wild on bases.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to watch.
That was my barrack fatigue. It was like, okay, I got to unload this elixir. I have, I'm saving up for my queen again. I'm like, I can't sit on this much. Yeah, maybe I could have.
That's the reason why I'm upgrading my clone spell right now. It's like I got elixir to burn, and I'm just like, I guess I'll do clone.
I was like 400,000 away from the clone, I think. And I was like, oh, I wish I would have that. But I'm like, it's going to take me forever to get that. I mean, maybe 2 raids, but I was like, I don't have the time and I don't want to sit on this much because I'll get slammed for like 400K. I'm just logging in right now to look at it.
That's the nice thing, though. Once you're over that 4 or 5 million in your storages, they can't take more from you. You're already at the ceiling, so I would never really worry about having too much loot because
I wish I would have collected my treasury after the podcast because maybe I would have been able to get in one more after you're talking sense to me.
There's always next time.
Yeah, it was like just an impulse. I looked at the barrack. Oh man, I'm looking at it right now. It was just.
Oh, you never know. Maybe they'll buff goblins in the next update.
Yeah, wouldn't that be
right
great?
It'll be an important war troop one day.
Yeah,
a goaler.
A goaler.
A boblin attack. I mean, I thought maybe for farming. I don't know. Like, I've been thinking about dropping.
If you're going for DE, having 10 to 20 goblins in your camp, just for when you clear out the other stuff, they're going after resources. You don't have to worry about them getting distracted or when people put their DE near their heroes. Goblins don't care if they're getting shot by heroes. They'll still go after the DE. So
yeah, that's true. I just really thank you for being so nice about my buyer's remorse.
My goblins are maxed.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just finished mine.
But was that your last thing? Or
me? No, I'm on the last troop now. Pekka.
Speaking of finishing things, I have just completed the walls.
Nice.
Ooh,
Congratulations.
Now I have nothing to spend anything on except for 3 queen levels.
Nice.
That's crazy.
I'm just going to be a fat 9 hanging out.
That's crazy. So what are you gonna change your base up a little bit so people just take your loot, or are you gonna just do the same?
It doesn't matter where I'm at, Scotty. I'm getting 3 starts.
There's no point.
Yeah.
So all your troops are done. It's just your
Every single thing is done except for my queen. She's at 27. She'll go to 28 tonight after I go to
Nice.
bed.
Wow. So when do you see Town Hall 10 coming?
It won't be long after I get 30 because I'm pretty excited about it. So
Are you really?
I am.
Nice.
What will you? Do you have a plan for 10?
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna do just about what I did at Town Hall 9. I'm just gonna dump everything into some troops and then max my troops, and then I'll work on heroes. And once
all
I get
those walls. Are you gonna do walls? I mean, now it's been a while. You get more walls at 10, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do those right away?
No, I'll do those after. So after I do my troops and stuff, then I'll probably drop Infernos. But I don't know. Walls were the last thing I really did here anyways. I mean, I did walls kind of at the beginning a little bit whenever I was just doing my heroes. So I did all my troops and then all my heroes. And then when I got to like 15 heroes is when I dropped expos. And then I started doing I did my Tesla to the max, and then I didn't touch my hero or my defenses again until 2020 heroes. Then I just maxed everything. And then after that I just dumped everything in the walls.
And if you're a 9 now, would you do the same thing?
Absolutely. The only thing that matters in this game is your troop levels and your heroes. And then your defense as a 9, you're going to get wrecked in war, especially a lower 9. It's just going to happen. So
Not Britney Spears. What did she get last war? Or was it last war that she was in? Let me see here. I brought her back. You can keep going. Sorry, I'm gonna look at the defenses.
That's what I would do first is your troops, and then once your troops level out, as in like Town Hall 9 level, and you can start hitting, your level of competition as far as on the map, then you can start touching with those defenses. But if you can't compete with like your level on the map, then you don't need to drop any more defenses. In my opinion, you just need to work on your troops.
Right.
Britney Spears took 6 attacks last war. Can you believe that?
That's awesome.
I have no idea why.
4. I only took 4. What the hell?
Yeah, you ain't no Britney.
Yeah. The bitch is back. And and it's an old base design. Like I haven't updated it. I think what might have been a little bit of a throw off to people was I think I have a witch in the CC.
Oh, really?
And I think that hurt people. Because I watched a couple of them this weekend, but it was...
it hurts me sometimes. Like, I see some of these bases, I'm like, I know I've seen this base. And it's like, I know I've done really well against this base. I just can't remember what I did.
Yep, I have a witch, some Velks, and some archers. That was in the CC.
Off sometimes.
Yeah, I've noticed that even on the higher attacks, like just from the spawning of the troops, and like I don't know if it's
I think it just causes so much of a distraction if she starts spawning.
You don't know where to drop.
Yeah, because the aggro from those little Larrys can cause troops to all of a sudden like veer right or veer left and not go where they want them to go. And
so maybe there'll be Return of the Witches. I mean, I would like to see that troop come back a little bit at least.
The witch?
Yeah.
I can always bring it back and fail in a blaze of glory.
I wonder what would happen if you did some witches. I was running some dragon witch bowler, or no, dragon witch miner attack. Yeah, where I'd funnel
what
with
you
the
were drinking
dragons.
before you cooked up that army, but
Huh?
I would ask what you were drinking before you cooked up that army.
Oh, I was definitely drinking. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. I'll see what I could do. And it didn't work. It worked all right. I ran it maybe 5 or 6 times where I was like throwing in like 2 witches and I'd put them back with the heroes, but I'd funnel with the dragons. So I had like 4 drags. It just got to be a very expensive army because it was, 200. Well, yeah, the dragons are like 46,000, I think, a piece. I mean, it's a lot. And then, so I wasn't taking in that much elixir, and it wasn't working that great. But it was. I thought I might be onto something because I thought the witches would kind of run around the outside, cleaning things up. Had decent success, but no like 3 stars or anything like that. Shout out to Spaceman, by the way, who is in the clan. I'm just looking through. Yeah. Who came back
Spaceman bringing back the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Got to bring out some of those back end loons.
Yeah, I meant to with this time.
Yeah. I think he came in on, was it Saturday maybe? And then I don't know if he was opted in or out, but he's got 2020 heroes now, I believe. What he said. 2220 heroes. So he's kind of fitting in, I think, with, I wonder where he was on the war map. Yeah, he's right. He's
right in the middle of the night.
Right in the middle, which is, I'm sure, will be nice. I haven't really looked at this war lineup much, except for just staring at some of the Town Hall 11. How do you guys decide which war base you're going to run?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Well, we looked at the Warlog earlier. I mean, you can see their Warlog, and that kind of helped us out.
You can tell if they're going to be like, sometimes anyway, go wipers or if you better put a, anti-3 layout.
Well, I went across today and just looked, and the number 4, which was my mirror, was running a ring base. And so I decided not to do the ring base. Because I thought he's seen probably a lot of defenses. And this was, pre-war. So I just thought in the wild he's running a ring base. He might have a lot of experience. But and I definitely will, if I look and see their bases are really tough, or what the enemy, the warlock, not the warlock, but the wins. If that's pretty high, then I think that their 10s are pretty skilled. So I'll probably drop. I have one war base that's not friend. It's easily or pretty easily done by dragons, but it's I have to find some new war bases.
Yeah, I'm in the process of figuring out new bases as well, because I have a couple that are a little bit on the reliable side, but they only last so long, and then you have to figure out something new.
That was something I was going to bring up last time, and I don't think we got to, but designing your own bases. Bama, are you doing yours?
No. I've done a couple, but I've only put one in war, and it lasted a couple attacks, but it wasn't really a top tier clan, so I really didn't count it. But
it's not going to become like, it's not going to become an internet base that everybody's going to copy.
No.
Well, are you, Serb? You're playing around, aren't you? Oh yeah, that one I hit of yours.
Yeah, and then 3 started right out the gate. Thank you.
But could not do it again. Could not do it again.
Just first time, and that was it. I've made a few, but it's just time consuming, of trying to moving stuff around and trying to think about the best way to do it, and then you wait, and it's been 10 hours, So you've still got 14 hours before you can put it up as a friendly challenge, and then you realize maybe I should have moved this thing a little further over, and then
Yep.
Yes, dear
That's the
Supercell,
problem.
I need more base spots. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I would like that. Because it is like, it seems like now you have to have a more catalog of bases.
Yeah. And I wish like you didn't have to have like home base layouts and war base layouts. There was just like 6 of them, and you could just put them. That would help, so that I don't have to. If I want to move one, if I wanted to put my farming base, for instance, as the war base, I don't have to copy over something that I already have. It would be easier.
And hope that you don't have any bushes or other such things that grew in your farm layout, so that you can't put a base down or can't FC it because some random thing grew.
I didn't think about that.
I've had it before where there was like a headstone in there because I couldn't figure out why I couldn't move it, and I had to like look through the base, and I found a headstone that would have blocked it from being overwritten. Just silly things.
I did discover that if you copy a base, so if you have a base up for a friendly challenge, and then you go in and you move stuff around, even though it's locked in the war or as a war base for friendly, it still holds that base that you had in reserve
before you changed it.
Yep.
Yeah. As long as you don't switch.
Yeah, it has that cached copy in there that this kind of holds on to.
I don't know what kind of benefit that would provide, but I thought it was maybe an interesting fact.
Yeah.
If you've got a ring base and then you want to go just adjust it and you don't want to copy it into a different slot.
Yeah, maybe move an air defense one slot, one tile over or something like that.
Yeah.
And you can still have people hit it, friendly challenge.
But just not, it won't have been changed.
Right.
Because DP came to war with us, Dirty Pirate. And so he was kind of giving me pointers on the anti-miner, how to make it, which one of them was a troll Tesla. He said, put a troll Tesla in the corner. Because if they do miners and they get the base, that might pull it off.
Yeah, as long as they didn't start in that corner.
Yeah, but it's due south.
For the whole day that you don't see it. Even the due north one, that one depends on how much you zoom in or other such things. Anything out in those corners makes it a little bit harder to find or see.
Yeah,
just sucks at the end of the tack when you see that. Or like if you think somebody's about to get it and then you haven't seen it on the map. Oh, that's rough. And then you're like, oh yeah, they got it. Oh no, there's something down there.
Yeah, there's always those like it hits 99% and you're like, oh crap, where's the last building? And you're really, like scanning the map, going, where is it? Oh, there's an army camp. Son of a.
Yeah, I love watching those miners though when they, before the update, especially, but how fast those things travel, or they traveled like just barreling through the base. It was cool to see, and that's why I was having that MVP minion too. It's really nice to save the day. I've been. Are you guys luring? Bama, are you? I did that with Brittany. I went and lured and did the witches. I thought I'll bring it back old school.
No, I didn't lure. I haven't lured in a while. I guess it does depend on the base and what you're attacking with, but I mean, for the most part, the attacks that I use, I don't have to lure.
I was really dusting it off with Brittany. I thought, well, what do I bring for this? I'm going to bring hogs. Because I couldn't do a bowler. I was like, this one won't work for an HCHB because of the update, I think it was. And so I'm like, well, maybe I'll just lure and I'll do the witches in the corner again. But it didn't go so hot. Brittany's not the best attacker in the world.
Blame it on her.
At least she can take some defenses. Every so often, it's so weird how that works. I think with you go into one war, somebody just smashes your base. You go into the next war, and they have such a hard time with it.
Right.
Just shows you how many different attackers are out there. Like, they're all different. So people see bases in different ways. So, I mean, that's why they saw my base easier than yours. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that was like to hit Brittany. So yeah. Let me see here what else I have on my list. Okay, the one thing that that I think that people are doing, the miners at 10.
Yeah.
On TH9s. So we were in a ranged war, and Riser went in, and I was talking with him for a while on TeamSpeak, and we were looking at the base, and we're talking about a funnel, and then I said, "Serb, can you come on?" Because I honestly I had no idea. You guys had talked about how powerful it is.
Yeah.
And it was... I thank God you showed up, because I'm sitting here going, I don't know if it's going to get that far, bring this spell,
It's for if you're dipping down, I mean, miners are just, it's OP. I mean, on a Town Hall 9, there's just nothing really that they can do. The only hang up is to make sure that you kill the CC. We were talking about luring earlier. You have to be able to lure. It's just depending upon, what's in the CC. If it's Valks, you know how they like to pile up. I mean, it'll dust them. If it's Valks or if it's a Golem, it's really not good for miners. But other than that, I mean, it's over. You just make sure you have 4 heals and just run through the base.
Yeah, because that's what was hanging me up in talking about it was, do you come, like he was talking about, do you come at the Queen? And the CC was right there, but then the King was on the other side of the base.
Right. I just ignore the heroes with the, if I need to dip, I just ignore them with the minor attack, because they kill them so quickly. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah, it was powerful. It was
it's all about the CC. Yeah.
And then, so if you lure it out and there's a golem,
I still run the Queen with 4 healers. So
okay,
I just go ahead and kill it, and then run my, and then run the miners out, and it's over. If basically you just sort of I use the Queen to kill the CC, and then to kind of work on the base just a little bit to get the miners moving all in one direction, and then heal them as they go around the base. And it just can't be stopped. I don't see how. I mean, they hit doubles and everything else, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that was another thing. There was like the 2 Expos sitting there, and I'm going, well, there'll be a double there and maybe a double there. That's where I'd put them on this base.
Right.
So I mean, if you're a 10 and you've got those level 3, right? Is it level 3? Level 2 miners.
Yeah.
And you don't get miners at Tunnel 9, right?
Nope.
For now. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Well, especially if they ever come out with another troop for Town Hall 10, because, I mean, there's only so many barracks levels that you should be able to do at one Town Hall level. It seemed like they'd push something down, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to go that way.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if the good troop is like the latest troop, I mean, it's going to take you like months when you go to a new Town Hall level to get the good troops, even just to open them. Then you have to upgrade them. I mean, that's terrible.
Well, I think it was. I mean, how long were my miners till I got my miners from the update? I mean, it just took so long.
Yeah. So you imagine starting from scratch at a new Town Hall level. It would be terrible.
But part of that suffering was, okay, for everyone at 10 and 11, we had to upgrade to be able to get the baby dragon, then upgrade again to get the miners.
True.
Yeah.
And the baby drag did go down to the Town Hall 9.
Yeah. I could see miners going down there to level 1 miners.
Maybe. I think level 3 miners at Town Hall 10 would be OP. Just my opinion, because I 3-star Town Hall 10s with them, with 2s. So are
you liking them then?
I love them. I use them every raid. I mean,
so what got you because I remember when you just were starting it, where you were hitting my base and like what pushed you over the edge? I mean, like what do you just get the feel for them? Is it what were you doing that
getting used
first?
To the pathing? I tried something different on a raid and I failed. So I went right back to miners just because I guess because I had gotten used to them. But I mean, I just hit at Town Hall 11 while we were on here, 99%ed.
Whoa.
Town Hall 11. I threw it up in the chat. But if I won more miner, I would have had. I still had miners left, but they were too slow to make it where they needed to go. But so I'm getting so much DE. I mean, like 6K before the bonus.
Well, how are you dealing with the Eagle without a warden?
I just ignore it, basically, unless I can clean walk it. I'm still using the healers like pretending that they didn't happen.
Okay.
And I mean, that's all I'm doing. I'm pretending it didn't happen and just dealing with it. So sometimes I may have to drop a rage on my queen earlier than I would have before, especially with the cannons dishing out more damage. But
are you pushing? Are you pushing cups? I mean, are you trying to go? You're just going for the loot.
Just going for the loot.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, you must feel pretty confident hitting at 11. I mean, to go in and hit it in the first place.
Yes. So 5 out of the last 6 have been 11s in the wild.
So are you going at the Eagle, or are you just...
If it looks like I can get to it, but a lot of times it's in the core. So then I just ignore it, and I do a long queen walk. And if the healer starts to take bombs, my next decision depends upon what's in the core. So if it's just like the town hall, then I will go ahead and dump my king and all the miners in front of the queen, and so that she stays up, and then I'll heal them as they're moving around the base, and then hold CC miners in case I need to send them in, to get the TH or something. But if the core has infernos and the eagle and other things, then I only use the CC miners and my king in front of my queen to keep her up just long enough to get where I can send all the miners into the core. And then I drop heal and rage and a quake. And
that quake is nice for those miners.
Yeah. I mean, especially if they got like just packed together in the middle where it's 25% off of every building.
I started bringing those in when I was practicing because I saw one of your attacks or replay, and I thought, man, that's a lot of HP to take out. Yeah,
especially with if they got the eagle and max infernos and the town hall. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. And so 25% off of that, and then if you rage and heal the miners, they're gonna burn through that. And they usually radiate out from the core, like, in all directions. Like SE mentioned earlier, where where you see them, like, spider out, and you're like, yes, they're not just going to be in one clump. They sort of spider out. And the only difference that I noticed between pre-update and post-update is that I don't have, 3 or 4 healers left at the end. I've got one, or the last one dies maybe about 70% through the raid, something like that. I've got no healers. But other than that, still the same to me. And I almost feel like maybe it did come a bit, because, I drop heals, and I'm getting further on some of these bases than I did before the update, even though my healers are getting shot down.
Huh.
Whatever that's worth.
I'm excited to try that.
Or I'm getting used to them, maybe. I don't know. Something.
I get a really good picture in my mind as you guys talk about it, and then I go try it, and I completely fall flat on my face.
That's like some of those best learning experiences. It's like you learn best from like when things don't work, or going, okay, yep, that sucked rocks. Let me see what I could have done better. Or
not me. I just want to start training bowlers again. Right away.
Or it's like it's happened at least the last couple wars. It's like, okay, I keep letting myself get tempted, going, okay, I know I've been able to 3-star these bases before. I've 3-starred them in the wild multiple times, but then it's okay. I'm going for the gusto, going all out, and then something goes wrong, or nothing quite goes quite right, or operator error, or other such things, and it ends up with the 1-star going, okay, fresh hit. Should have done certain things a little bit differently. Should have gone more for the safe 2 versus kind of fresh triple TH11s right out of the gate. Because sometimes that then means, oh, my attack's more or less wasted because someone else has to come and clear this.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me, last war, I mean, I went in on the 1 base and got a 1-star on a 10 because of those, I think the healers and the stuff split. I mean, I really didn't like the base that much. Because I thought they could go one way or the other, but I still thought I'd pull through.
I've tried bowlers since the update, and I can't. I just it to me it killed them for me anyway. At least the way I was used to using them, they just don't have the same oomph. They were already kind of weak troops anyway, unless there's something tanking for them, and then so
you got to hit it just right, kind of, it's
it's almost like end them. It has to. The randomness when they get inside the base makes all the difference. If they move 2 tiles the wrong way, they're all gone, or they all live, and you 3-star. So it's just random, It seems it's risky attack.
I have noticed on those attacks that I've been holding the wizards to the end. Like on my Vortex, so I'm sending in bowlers with healers on the sides, giants and healers through the core, but I've been holding on to 6 wizards and using them to steer on the backside, or when I get in trouble or something, and it's worked. I mean, I've picked up a lot of that, or wait till they're all like the outside stuff's on the like the Archer Tower. I remember a couple attacks, maybe even just on a friendly challenge on your base, where I'd drop them right behind the Archer Towers. My bowlers got in. And I was really kind of surprised.
Well, you also, because of the Warden at 11 anyway, you can, like if somebody else hits a base and you see where all these air traps are coming up, if they used healers, then you can use your Warden ability to keep that up, to be able to push through.
I have been hitting it earlier. I think my...
Well, you had a really nice attack like last war. You might not have seen it, but when your healers went in with the bowlers and things like that, next thing you know, you see, I think, 2 or 3 black air bombs come up towards the healer, and then all of a sudden your Warden ability got triggered, and the healer's just like shaking off the bomb like, oh, did someone sneeze? All right, here we go.
and then you're golden, really, because at that point, you're 50% of the way through the base. And they're probably not going to hit more of those until it's almost over, so you've gotten through the main part, the tough part. If you lose 1 or 2 healers after that, it's not as big of an issue.
Yeah, because usually the air bombs are like in the mid core, a little bit out where the air defenses are. It seems like.
Yeah.
I will go on the record and say I completely meant to do that.
It looks like you did.
That's what it was meant to look like.
Smooth as silk.
Yeah, no.
Really nice.
I think what I've been doing is being a little bit more protective. And so if I can't quite see everything that's going on, I kind of have I try to hit the Warden or the Tome ability when I see the most troops in it. So I'm hitting it a little bit earlier, even like just kind of blindly that way, just power through quick and then hope. But it seemed to work a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the good thing about it is that it's usually about whenever you're triggering the clan castle troops or encountering,
you're right.
Some of maybe the first rays of an inferno are hitting you, and you're triggering it, and that's about where the healers are probably about where the air bombs are. So it seemed like it would still be effective at Town Hall 11, I guess is what I'm saying.
You're right, because I have been hitting it when the clan castle troops meet up most of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm really late on, I'm really bad at dropping my poisons. Like I almost always forget them.
I'm like, we're talking about poison drops. Yeah, there's a lot of, it's like you see these poisons and you see all these people like hitting bases where in which it's like, yeah, drop your poison. Drop your poison. Drop your poison more than just the builder hut.
Everybody forgets to
Everybody
poison.
does it. I don't know why.
It's like that damn side scrolling back and forth or other such things.
I think that's what it is, because I'm always like, and I see the clan castle troops meeting up, and I'm like, oh, my poisons, and I'm like sliding it back.
And then by the time you get them and drop it, the troops are already dead.
Yeah. Well, that's why I've been hitting the tome, because I'm like, drop poison. I'm like, just hit the tome and just let it, burn a few more seconds right there.
You might be better off just bringing quakes or something and
no kidding.
Finish things off and just hitting the tome ability.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Help them get through the walls.
I just wish when you were tapping it out, because I'll be like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm going to do this, but I don't account for the sliding.
Yeah. Sometimes I hit the attack button first when my war troops are made. Like if we're in the wild, just to see what it looks like on the bottom of the screen.
Oh, that's a good point.
To see where they all are. Or I think you can do the same thing on the Goblin map. You just go to the Goblin map.
The Goblin map works well too.
Yeah, and you can see where everything is. And if I have like things in there that I don't really need anyway, like why do I have these 2 archers and it's making me have to scroll? I'll just bring another wall breaker instead of that.
That's a really good idea.
So I don't have to do that.
That's a really good idea. I never thought of that. Yeah, just go to hit the attack screen.
Yep.
Look down, make sure, okay, I'm scrolling, not scrolling. Because I'll throw in a couple, okay, I'll put in 2 minions. Oh, I still have 1 space for some weird reason, this attack.
Right.
So I'll bring an archer.
Yeah. But I mean, is it even,
Yeah.
Who cares about you might be better off going in without the archer if you don't have to scroll.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not really going to do anything anyway. I mean, you could be the MVP archer, I guess, but...
Right. Yeah, I just never thought about doing a preview of the bar at the bottom. Because that's going to help me out a lot. Bama and Essie, you guys are pushing. I think, Bama, you're at 47.88.
Yep. Getting there.
You going up still?
Yeah, I've gotten today's been a really good day actually. I think I'm at 54 cups this afternoon.
Wow.
It's been a good day. I usually don't get that many cups from the time I get home to the time I go to bed.
Yeah, that's quite a bit for that high up in trophy.
Yeah. And then you want to know the funny part?
What's that?
I've hit 3 Town Hall 8s.
Have you really?
That's where you got all your cups, huh?
Well, one was 18, one was 8, and the other one was 6. Yeah.
Wow. Did you think you'd be seeing it at that high up? 4,800? Almost 40?
So I still see bases in like Champs 1 and Titan 3. And that's where you see in most of them. But I did not expect to see a Town Hall 8 worth 18 cups in Titan 2. For that
wow.
I posted that in the chat, but I thought I was...
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot. I think yesterday, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I hit a Town Hall 11 that was in Legends, and I pulled 36 cups.
Whoa.
I know he was ticked off because he dropped down. I went back and looked. He was under 5,000 cups after that hit. So I took a lot of loot, like a million or something. Yeah.
Better not sign off.
Exactly.
He's waiting for that.
He had some. His troops were pissed off and ready, I'm sure, after that.
I've been working on a revenge attack, but it's really hard because as soon as somebody guard's gone, it's
unless I'm in like the way low leagues, I don't even bother to try with revenges anymore.
It's not like the old days.
Yeah.
Where if you attacked, you had no shield. Now, because you can attack through a shield, it's really hard to find somebody to that's open to revenge.
Yeah, you're
Especially
like
up here.
I hit this, or I go to hit revenge. It says users on a shield, and it's like, well, what the hell does that mean? That means I'm going to have to wait through their shield and their guard.
You almost need a spy to tell you when somebody's logging off to be able to do the revenge.
Yeah, I should have just waited. It did say guard. I should have just done that, but I don't.
Yeah, but sometimes like up here, the guard's 4 hours.
Yeah,
that can be a long time for a very small window.
Hitting revenge over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it would be fun. I just didn't realize how hard it would be.
Yeah,
I was like, ooh,
I got one like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago against the Town Hall 11.
Do you go try every time?
I go around and I'll just, if I get hit by a 9, I'll definitely try it. Every time I get my army cooked, I'll go over there and I'll try to hit revenge and see what it says. But I got hit by an 11, and he was in Legends, and then I hit revenge, and it just popped up. And
wow!
I got 1 star. It was like worth 50 something cups, and then if I would have lost, it would have been 4 cups lost. I was like, well, I'm definitely trying it. And I think I got like 16 cups out of it.
Nice.
So
you're the only time.
So you're keep on going.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got 50 something cups tonight. Right after we did the last podcast, the next week and a half, really, I didn't get a whole lot of time in. I had to do like 2 and 3 defenses back to back without getting attacks in, and so I dropped over 100 cups. So I was down to like 45, 80. I was back in Titan 2. 45, like 80 something is where I dropped to. And then I just said, I was doing air at the time and hitting 11s, and I was like, you know what, just screw it. I'll go back to what I was doing before and just climb back up. I made it all the way back up, and now I'm at almost at 4,800.
That's impressive. Essie, are you staying up at Legend then?
I'm just attacking, so
just casually. Are you waiting in the clouds for a long time?
Right now it's not been too terribly bad, but there's times in which it sucks rocks. But but there's been days where I'm taking like back-to-back defenses, or sometimes even 3 defenses in a row before I can get some attacks in. So I'll lose cups that way, but for the most part, I'm just attacking, and I'm going to be going back to air, so I'm sure I haven't lost any air attacks yet, but...
Was that a knock on wood? Change. You're knocking on wood?
Yeah, I got to knock on some wood there.
Yeah, I was just looking at it.
Your town hall on the outside, SE, and then get out of the clan and sign off and let me hit
it. Nice.
It's like 5 days. I was just wondering because I'm like, what, is there an influx for some reason? But there's 5 days left of the season. So
I think it's just everybody's hitting and they're losing their shields and they're hitting to their guards and times are coming up and I don't know.
Yeah. From the last, at least when I actually did my push and into Legends and things like that, when I was being bored out in Global, it sounded like there's a lot of people that do a lot of their pushing somewhere near the end of the season. and then they all like shield up at the beginning of the season so they can attack through their shields and pad some of their cups that way. So the beginning of the season tends to be sometimes a lot more rough because certain bases aren't there, but then it's also offset by ones back at the 5,000 mark. So,
so you can buy shields up. I didn't think you could get.
You get a 2-day shield.
Yeah,
okay.
you can get, yeah.
It's a 1-day cooldown then, right?
2-day is it's a couple day cooldown, like 5 or 10, isn't it?
I have no idea. I think I've only ever bought them once.
So basically, if you want the Legend Cups, you can get there 2 days before the end. Just buy the shield and ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the 2-day shield has a 10-day cooldown, and the 1-day shield has a 5-day cooldown.
Well, I mean that makes sense anyway because you don't. I mean, it's about 30 days anyway, so you don't really need it until the next season ends.
Yeah, but just depending on how many cups you have, it's definitely one of those things where you start playing, managing your shield and your village guard. And like there'll be a lot of people when they have their shield, even if they're waiting a half hour or 45 minutes for a base, some of them will hit next to look for a better cup offer while they still have a shield. But as soon as they go into village guard, they'll hit anything that shows up because the clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Me, I just once a base shows up, I hit it because normally by that time my army's more or less ready. It's like I suck at nexting, which is really bad on my mini. But it's like it's great on SE because it's like I hit attack and then I just wait for the clouds to disappear and I hit something. Like on my mini, it's like next, and sometimes I can get like 1 or 2 hits in on the mini before a base shows up on the main. And
wow.
Yeah.
I can see that. Well, we are in the middle of a war, and it's getting kind of late, so why don't we wrap up? Do you guys have any shout-outs?
Spaceman, of course. Welcome back, brother. It's good to have you around and bringing back some memories and things. DP for coming over and helping us out with that ranged war against the Shadow Ravens. That was a great war. Shout out to them. And the numbers guys. I know a few Serbs here, but major props to him and everyone else that helps out with numbers on both sides just to be able to make things happen. It was a good time.
Yeah, thanks.
Bama?
Yeah. I mean, I'll just shout out everybody that's been hooking me up with bowlers. Been awesome. I request them quite often. So appreciate it, guys. Keep them coming. Also, I'd shout out SE with the 25K donations this month.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is that where I'm at?
Yeah, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have troops. They like to travel. It's like it's not like I have anything else I want to spend my resources on.
That's pretty impressive, though. Other shout-outs? Bama? Holy shit. I can't even believe that. I don't even know the troop counter. I know it went up that high, but I wonder what the highest it goes.
No, we got a lot of people that like to share their troops and help everyone else out, so we tend to always have people giving.
Yeah, appreciate the miners.
Yeah. Now they're flowing. Now they're flowing from me.
Yeah.
Now I can keep them going. Serb?
I don't know that I have any this time. Other than the other co's and continuing to help out with the arranging people. As far as war planning and putting people into squads and all that. Sometimes people can be hard to track. But, appreciate that.
Well, SE, the bastard, stole my shout-outs.
Well, I got one more, which probably isn't on your radar because most people don't know the name, but I'm going to give a shout-out to Larissa. He knows who he is, and he came back to help with one of the wars recently, so big old shout-out to Larissa. Yeah, Bama knows who I'm talking about. So, and then Soul Reap, Yeah, nice little shout out to him because he provided for some nice team speak enjoyment and the ongoing conversation of pickle juice. So,
that's true. True. Forgot
awesome.
about
that. I got one more, Scotty. I got one more.
All right.
I was just gonna shout out Shadow Ravens. They gave us a good war. It was fun.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
I was when I went in on the last hit. We came down to like the last few minutes, and a war should never come down to me. I mean, it in the end it didn't. Thank God. But I mean,
wasn't it SE's fault?
Oh yeah.
It's always my fault.
Oh, and I was traveling, and I you know, if I'm traveling most of the time, if I have to get a war attack and I stop, you know, I look at the base, I hit, and then I'll go to the next. You know, I'll go let my troops train, and then I'll stop again. And this one, I pulled off, and I was in the parking lot. I was trying to get Wi-Fi at a McDonald's. Like I thought, I don't know.
Gosh.
Do they have? I don't know if they have, you know, free Wi-Fi. I thought that's what they did. So I'm in the parking lot. I have my iPad, but I can't find any Wi-Fi, and so I'm on my phone. And I'm sitting here thinking, how did it end up that I have the last two attacks? And it was down. I think we were down like by 1
or 2, something like that. 1 or 2. I don't remember.
I went in and failed on my first attack. Because I couldn't drop my bowlers, and that was super frustrating. And it's just I didn't want to zoom. You know, I was a little afraid of zooming on my phone, but I was pushing. The army camp was moved out so much, and I mean, I was in the middle of it, like frustrated. Like, okay, it clicked. I'm like, I'm sure it's selected. You know, just trying, and finally it went. Second attack went in, and I jammed out an army, and I never do that. And then so I'm like just hitting Serb's base. I'm like, oh my god, I think we're down. I think at that point we were down by 1, and then we tied, and we were up by like 0.1.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Percentage. And my hands were just shaking because I'm like, oh, this should never, ever. I mean, I'm surprised. I'm glad I didn't choke on that last attack. I mean, I'm happy that really happy it worked out. But it was a really good war. I forgot to put that story in earlier when we were talking about it, but that was nerve wracking. But it was fun. I mean, you get done with a war like that, and you just go. We gave it, you know, good effort.
Well, it's fun when it comes down to the last minute, anyway.
Yeah,
keeps you captivated.
Yes, it does. That's what makes the game really fun. Is when you get something and you're, you know, kind of back and forth. And we had a group me going with them, with shit talk going back and forth.
Yeah,
and so those make for really good times.
And then one came in and tried to shit talk me.
Yeah.
After the war was over.
Yeah.
Boot him.
My lucky 3-star.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was hitting Crypto Jesus. You know, and I had a lot of witty comebacks, you know, in my head from, you know, the day before, but never got to use them because I failed. So big shout out to Serb for putting that together. I know, and shout out to the other houses of L. If you're looking for a clan, House of L, we're looking for people as always, and L2, House of L2, looking for people. Reloaded still full, or I haven't checked.
It's pretty close. It's in the 40s, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the 40s.
And if you want to go to our feeder clan, I'm just kidding. I'm not even going to do that. It's inside joke.
Yeah.
Let's bring out the pickle juice. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, big shout out to you guys. There's so many people all week long. I'm like, I got to go do this shout out. But big shout out to everybody in the game for hanging in there through the balance change / update. I think it's not what everyone feared. I don't think so.
Nah.
So it's good that it's I think we'll see good things, like you said, and there's some things I hadn't thought about before too. Get a hold of anybody. You want to shout at Bama Jarhead on Twitter, right?
Yeah, it's Bama_Jarhead.
Bama_Jarhead. Serb, you on Twitter? Can't remember.
Nope.
No. That's
Not,
good place. Not to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, but I've chosen not to go that path.
Yeah. It's fun connecting with people, and I kind of realize that there's only been a certain group that's trolls. That, and I'm checking it more frequently. If you want to troll, you're just going to get banned. That's it. I'm just, but yeah. So at WBSMT Radio on Twitter. That's at WBSMT Radio on Twitter. ClashClansPodcast@gmail.com or ClashClansPodcast.com. Otherwise, I guess keep it clashy, everybody.
Keep it clashy.
Later.
Skilly beep beep beep.